My mom always had a way of making things worse, and this time was no different. So then we moved to Joplin. Why did we move there for? I don't remember,
To get her out of proper blood because she had her addiction. Meth. Or not meth, but
Crack.
cocaine.
Yeah.
Crack.
My mom always had a habit of moving from place to place. She always thought moving would fix the problems, but moving wouldn't really fix the problems because you are the problem. So really when we would move, the only thing that would change is the problems themselves. And the next couple of years of our lives were about to be a shit show. So we moved to Joplin in 1997, and it's still my mom, my sister, myself, and Bobby. My mom is still currently serving time on probation, but she's also still currently smoking crack. And in this house specifically, we had a social worker. They would come over every once in a while, check on things, look around, ask us some questions. Hey, how is everything going? And it's kind of crazy because like she would come over all the time and she'd look around and be like, everything looks good here. But I understand at the same time, my mom isn't like, punching me in the face. It's not like I got bruises on my face. It's not like, my mom is actively smoking crack when the social worker's there. And it's not like my sister and I were about to say something. Hey, my mom's still doing drugs. Hey, we're getting beat and screamed at. Did you know all this stuff is happening? Like, we're not going to say that. We're scared for one. My parents they're probably sitting right there. At this point, I'm 10, 9, 8, whatever. My sister's 3 years younger than me. And it's like, this is just normal life at this point, It's just like, there was a night where we did what I call pick a parent. So there's one night my mom and stepdad are fighting, and it's like they were probably high. Who knows what they were even fighting about in the first place? And they come over to my sister and I in the room, and they're like, hey, we need you guys to come in the hallway. We got to ask you a question. We're like, oh, God, here we go. We're in trouble. We must have done something wrong. We go in the hallway, and it's pretty late at night. It's dark outside. My sister and myself are standing on one side of the hallway, and my mom and stepdad are standing on the other side of the hallway. And they look at us, and they say, Mario, Carmen, I want you to pick which one of us you would live with if we broke up. And I always wondered, like to this day, I wonder, like, what were they talking about, like right before that? Like, what was the conversation? Like, they're in the room hitting the crack pipe. They're like, give me that crack pipe. No, they'd much rather live with me, man. No, I'm so much cooler. No, I'm going to buy them a Lamborghini. I'm going to build them a house. No, they would much rather live with me, man. It's like, dude, what were you guys doing? Like, we're like children, and they're like, hey, we need you to pick right now. Who would you rather live with? It's like, dude, for one, my mom, why would we not live with her? Why is my mom even putting us in the situation to even say this shit? Like, you're our mom. Why would you even allow some alcoholic drunk to take us in? Like, what are we doing here, Mom? But I don't remember exactly what happened that night. I remember for sure my sister and I picked two different parents. I picked one, she picked the other one, so it wouldn't like be awkward because we were just like, this is really awkward. We don't really know what to say or do here. I like am cringing, just like sitting there thinking about it. It's like, ugh. Sometime after we moved to Joplin, my mom ends up having some sort of blood clot, and she has to go to the hospital for a few days, and now my sister and I have to stay with Bobby by ourselves. And this is like the first time we had ever stayed with Bobby by ourselves. And it's like, oh, what could possibly go wrong? It's only a few days while my mom's in the hospital, right? It went so badly that my sister and I were like seconds away from running away. We had packed up all of our stuff, and when I say I packed up all of our stuff, like I don't remember what we packed up. I remember it being like kind of bullshit we were packing up. Like we probably packed up a few outfits, and then we were just packing random things we could find in the like under the sink. We'd take some stuff under the sink and put it in our bag, and like go to the kitchen and find a couple things. When he wasn't looking, put it in our bag. And then we're sitting in my room, sitting by the window, and we're about to open the window and just jump out and be gone. And we're about to open the window, we start cracking it, and we hear Bobby in the other room like, hey, what's going on in there? We're like, oh fuck, we can't leave. So we're scared, and we were just like, fuck it, we're not gonna leave. We were literally just gonna go to some old lady's house that lived across the street from the school, because she had like a tetherball thing in her like front yard, and we thought she was cool and nice, so we were like, hey, I guess we'll just go live there. And that's what we were gonna do, and then we didn't. But is that the car you wrecked, or is that a different car?
No,
That was a different car?
I ran off, sliding down the hill into the ditch.
I was there.
Coming back from Pittsburgh. Then coming back, it was nothing but a snowstorm.
Well, you were drunk too.
Yeah, it didn't help.
One night, Bobby decides, I want to go get drunk with my friends, and they live in Pittsburgh, Kansas, so this is like a 30 to 45 minute drive. So we get in the car, it's sometime early evening, the sun's going down, we get in the car and we hit the road. We're in the car driving, it's one of those 2-lane highways, got the windows down, and I don't remember all the music that was playing, but I do remember some of the songs, and they were hitting. Like that song, Mr. Fame, like, I know what I want and I want it now. You know that song? So many random bangers that were just always on the radio, like electronic music. It was just hitting the spot that night. It was like a super vibe. Like we're driving, you're just sitting there, you got the music playing, nobody's saying a word. You're just sitting out there looking out the window, thinking about life, and it's weird. I don't know. That was like the beginning of my real love for music. Like I'll never forget the vibe in that car that night. So weird. So at some point we end up rolling up to this friend's house. We go in and we're hanging out. They have some kids there that my sister and I are hanging out with, watching movies, and my stepdad's getting drunk with the adults. My stepdad's done drinking. He's like, all right, it's time to go. We're going to go back home. And he's hammered out of his mind. He's drunk. So my sister and I get in the car. We get in the back seat. We pull out of the driveway. We get to the highway median right before we're about to get onto the highway. And boom, he runs over the stop sign. We're like, oh shit, this is bad. And we look over at each other in the back seat. We're like, this is not good. Now we're a little bit scared. So we don't say anything. We're like, whatever. And then we just keep driving. We get on the highway finally. And we're just driving now. And every once in a while, you know, Bobby will start closing his eyes and he'll just be like doing this. And we'd be like, Bobby, wake up, Bobby. He's like, what? Leave me alone. Oh, what? I got this. I'm awake. And it was like, oh my God. So now we're even scared to like try and wake him up because we're scared we're going to get in trouble for, you know, trying to wake you up while you're drunk driving 2 kids in the car. At some point, he just closes his eyes and clonks out. He's gone. He's passed out, knocked out, drunk. We drive completely off the road. He veers off the road, drive into this little ditch, and now we're driving like 40 miles an hour in the field. And we're like, Bobby, oh my God, we're scared. We're like, oh my God, Bobby. And then he finally wakes up, right, and stops the car. We're in the field now, just parked, you know, just chilling. Like, who's got anything better to do, you know? So we're chilling in the field, and we like look back at the highway. We're not too far off the highway. And we're like, well, I guess we'll just start walking. I don't know what Bobby's plan was. I don't know what his plan was because there's no cell phones out here, you know. There's nobody out here. We're super in the middle of nowhere. So we get out of the car and just start walking up the highway. And we get to the highway and just start walking on the highway. And now you got some drunk-ass motherfucker with 2 kids just walking on the highway. And at some point, a fire truck pulls up because we're not too far away from a fire station. And a fire truck pulled up, picked us up, took us to this gas station. And I guess that got a hold of the police while we're there. And they were like,
well, no, we can't do nothing if you took him away from the scene. All you can do is take him home.
Wow. This fire truck literally just has to take us home and drop us off. And it's crazy to think that the cops knew and the firefighters knew that this guy's hammered drunk, driving these 2 kids in a car. And they're like, we'll just drop him off and take him home. It's like, dude, this guy's crazy. What are we doing here? So we get home, we get dropped off, and Bobby just goes in the room and passes out. He's knocked out. And I'm like, well, we're home. I want some ice cream. So I go in the freezer. We had some mint chocolate chip ice cream in a box. You know, those like square boxes they'd have of ice cream. And I was still so shaken up from the wreck that I, like the first bowl I had made of ice cream, I had picked it up and like, I was like doing this, you know, and I just dropped it all over the floor and it just broke and the whole bowl broke everywhere. I had to clean it up and then I just buried it like in the trash can, but at the bottom of it so nobody would see I broke a bowl and I would get in trouble, you know, because I would be in trouble for doing some shit like that. And I make a new bowl. That one didn't get broke. I ate the whole bowl of ice cream. It was bomb. And then I laid on the living room floor and played our Super Nintendo Link to the Past, Zelda, and I passed out. So after my mom gets out of the hospital, she's obviously like, oh, where's my car? And I don't remember exactly what he would have said. I don't remember if he even told her, like, yeah, I was drunk driving. Obviously, she knew that he was hammered drunk driving. Like, she ain't that stupid. But I remember being, like, on the highway when we picked the car up because we had to go pick the car up. I think they impounded it. So I don't know what happened to it. Maybe they just took it because it was, like, used in a crime. I don't know. But we go get the car, and there's a tow truck in the field now pulling the car out of the field. And I remember my mom just screaming, like, Bobby, look what you did. My kids are in that car, yada, yada. And it's like, well, Mom, that's what you get when you leave your 2 kids with an alcoholic. Either way, Bobby would be gone soon enough because my mom got busted for smoking crack on probation. So now the probation officer's like, well, it's time to go to prison. But my mom was not going to go to prison, so she decides, screw that, we're just going to run from the law. She packs up herself, my sister, and myself in a truck, and we leave. And it's actually crazy because when we left that house, we moved out. My mom had gotten all the stuff out while we were at school. She cleans out all of our stuff, and she's in my closet. Like, I had drawn like a fuck ton of stuff on the walls at that point. Like, it was like in black Sharpie, and it was like kind of fucked up shit. I don't remember what it was exactly, but I remember it being not nice stuff. And I was drawing it all on the closet wall because I would open my closet door and there's a wall right there and I would just write on it And then I had like a bunch of garbage bags of like clothes and stuff, and I would just cover up the drawings with the garbage bag. So if anybody ever like opened my closet or was in there, they'd not see the drawings. But I was going through some shit at this house, so I'm just drawing all over the walls, you know, because I'm like fucked up. It's like in the movies where they're drawing fucked up shit. Like literally that was me in that house. And we move out, and then my mom brought up to me at one point like, Mario, what was all that shit on your walls? I saw your drawings on the walls, and what was all that? And I'm like, I don't know, bitch. You see the life I'm living? Like, of course I'm drawing crazy shit on the walls. Like, what? This house was like the real beginning of like all my like problems as a kid. One day, it was near the end of the school year. It's like March or April of 1998. My mom picks my sister and I up from school. We leave the front door of the school, and as we're walking out the front door, my mom's like, hey, look over there. Do you see that truck? And it's a big yellow Penske truck. And she's like, well, that's our truck, and all of our stuff is in the back of that truck, and we're leaving. We're like, what do you mean leaving? We're moving? And she was like, yeah, we're going to a new state. We're like, whoa, that sounds so cool. We have no idea we're running from the law, but she got rid of Bobby, packed up everything that we owned, put it in this truck, picked us up, and was ready to rock. She didn't tell us where she wanted to go at first. Like, she wasn't like, hey, we're going to Texas right now. She was just like, oh, we're going somewhere, and I'll tell you when we get there. But at some point, she's like, yeah, we're going to Texas. And my sister and I are so young, we're like, wow, that means like cowboys and, you know, rangers, and there's gonna be people on horses and stuff. So we're headed down the interstate, we're headed to Conroe, and we finally are like, okay, it's late, we're tired, let's just go get a hotel room. So we pull up to Howard Johnson, we pull up in the parking lot, we park, and my mom is like, okay, kids, I don't really have that much money, so I'm not gonna be able to afford to pay for all three of us to stay here. So I'm gonna have to go in and lie and tell these people that it's just me here. We're like, don't do that. We're scared. We don't want to get in trouble. We don't want people like kicking us out. And you know, we were really scared at this point. We're like, don't do that. And she's like, okay, well, what we're gonna do is pray about it. And it's like, you're gonna pray about it? You're gonna pray to God? It's like, hey, God, we're gonna lie to these people. Please watch over me. It's like, dude, that's stupid. I'm sure God would love that, but that's what we freaking do. She's like, okay, we pray about it, and she goes in. And who knows what she tells them, but she ended up coming out and telling us that she just told them the truth, that she had 2 kids with her, and that who knows what she said. Either way, we stayed in the Howard Johnson. And this was the first time I was actually introduced to Walker the Texas Ranger. We go in, we take some showers, and then we lay down in the bed, and then Walker the Texas Ranger comes on. In the eyes of a ranger. Anyways, I'm not gonna go into it all, but yeah, I was like, oh, this is an awesome show. Walker the Texas Ranger, hell yeah. And that was pretty much our night that night. So we wake up the next day and keep trucking, and we made it down to Conroe, and we pulled up to our new home for the next 30 days, the Salvation Army. I don't remember the Salvation Army being that bad. It was actually pretty cool being there. Like, we always had food, like everybody was always chill. We always got to play with the kids outside. Like, it was pretty cool for the most part. But I was getting bullied pretty hard at school now, because now I'm in a brand new state and I don't know anybody, and I'm getting older. Now all the kids are also getting older, so they're getting meaner. And when you're the new kid, you're just gonna get picked on. That's just how it is. And the first day I got to the new school, I was getting picked on immediately. Like this mafia looking kid. He literally looked like he was in the mafia. Like, what's up, whatever. I don't know. That was not a good impression of a mafia person. But either way, we go to the playground and he's like circling me and shit. Like, I'm just standing there like, just like watching him circle me, and like all these kids are around like watching, like, yeah, beat him up. Yeah, beat him up. It's like, dude, I just got here. I don't even know anybody, man. Why you guys gonna beat me up? You don't even know me. And that was just pretty much my life at that school for the next 30 days. I had to sit, like, when you're in the cafeteria, you kind of just go sit where you want. And I would just sit in the corner by myself looking at the wall, so nobody would come talk to me, because I'm like, bro, fuck no. Teachers would sometimes come over and sit with me, and I'm like, dude, I just want to be left alone. Like, I don't want to be here. Just leave me alone. It's kind of depressing thinking back. I was just like 9 or whatever in the cafeteria just staring at the wall because people were picking on me and just being mean. And it was always bad because it's not like I knew how to stick up for myself. Like, I didn't have any men around me to teach me how to do any of that stuff. It was just my mom, a crackhead. So I never learned how to stick up for myself. So when people picked on me, I kind of just sat there and took it. So my mom gets a job at a flower shop. She's got more money in the bank, so we were finally able to move out of the Salvation Army and move into an apartment complex. The apartment complex we moved into was being managed by a crackhead. She literally lives on site smoking crack. It's crazy. So for a while there, things were going relatively normally. You know, I'm going to school. I was at a different school at the Salvation Army, and then I moved to like a different district. So I had to move to a different school. And this school wasn't as bad. We all had to wear uniforms. I remember my mom got like vouchers so that my sister and I could get free uniforms. So we went to this like place and they gave us free uniforms. So pretty much everybody at the school wore the same thing every day. And somehow at this school, I don't know how I did it, but I won a math competition competition. Like, they had some sort of math competition, and they were like, whoever wins this math competition gets a cookie cake. And I was like, wow, I really want that cookie cake. So somehow I ended up winning the competition. I get the cookie cake. I have to come after school. It's like a evening award show basically for the school, and you have to show up to get your award. So I walk over to the school to get my award, got called up, I got a ribbon, I got the whole cookie cake, and yeah, I was excited. But where's my mom? I don't know. Probably still smoking crack at Lisa's house. That was the apartment manager's name, Lisa. But eventually my mom would go back to her old habits, and she would start taking me to buy crack. Shit started happening in Texas. Like, almost every time we went to buy crack, things were going wrong. So my mom comes into my room, I'm playing Donkey Kong Country on my Super Nintendo, and she's like, hey, Mario, we gotta go. And at this point, I'm getting older. I'm like, I don't really want to go, bitch. I want to sit at home and play my game. I'm like 9, bro. Can I just play my game? And she's like, no, we gotta go. So I'm like, whatever. And she still leaves my sister at home. My sister still gets left at home. Even though we're in Texas, like, it's crazy that my mom is doing this shit. So we get out of the apartment, we get in the car, and we go to the new crack spot, wherever that's at. And we're driving to the crack spot, and we get to this neighborhood, and my mom, I guess, sees the dealer pulling up behind her, like he's walking behind her. So she stops the car. We're in the middle of the street, just kind of parked. This black guy, the dealer, and I say black because of the context of what's about to happen. He starts walking up through the car. You know, I'm in the back seat on the passenger side. My mom's in the driver's seat. So I like turn around and I see this guy walk up the side of the car, and he's now by my mom talking to my mom. And he's leaned into the car, you know, got his arms placed on like the door, and he's kind of like saying like, what's up, what's up? My mom's sitting there, she's got her money in the lap, she's got like a Coke can in the center cup holder, and he gives her the crack. So she's doing like the taste test, because crackheads want to make sure they're not getting like sugar or like baking soda or whatever. So she like starts tasting the crack, and then they're doing that lip thing. I don't know, man. I don't know if this is crack, man. This don't taste like crack, man. As he's leaning in and as she's doing the thing, he's like, hey, let me get a drink of that Coke. And he reaches in to grab the Coke and snatches the money off of her lap and just takes off running. I'm just sitting in the car like, oh shit, what happened? And then I look in the back through the back windshield, and this guy's just like, he's fucking gone, bro. He's darted off. She gets out of the car because now he's robbed her, and the shit that he just gave her isn't crack, it's something else. So she gets out of the car and just starts screaming, get back here, you fucking nah. And then starts screaming the N-word at him like multiple times, like, get fucking back here, you fucking nah, nah. You know, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. My mom gets back in the car. Now the guy is just officially gone. She's robbed. She has no money, and she also has no crack. I also have no snack because she pretty much stopped taking me to buy snacks in Texas. Like in Missouri, she would always take me to buy a snack. Down here, she was just like, fuck that. We're just going straight to the crack. So we take the long drive of shame home, and I go back in my room and continue playing Donkey Kong Country. And my mom goes back in her room and probably hated her life because she now has no money, has no crack, and now she's just sitting there with nothing to do. I mean, wow, karma's a bitch. Maybe it's the universe trying to tell you something. Maybe stop smoking crack, you fucking idiot. Sometime after my mom got robbed, she just kind of disappeared. She just went away. We don't know where she went. Lisa shows up to our apartment, and she's like, hey, your mom went away for a while, or she's gone. She's not going to be back for a while. You guys can come over and stay at my apartment until she gets back. Well, I don't really know what happened, but my sister, again, like got taken to somebody else's house, and I got taken to Lisa's house. I had to stay at Lisa's house. Lisa had 3 boys. They were a little older than me, so that's probably like why my sister didn't get put over there. She's like, why would I want to stay over here with 3 boys in a 2-bedroom apartment? So I stayed over there by myself. And pretty much like every day I was there, I was just getting the shit beat out of me. This kid's like, we're just mean as fuck. Because now I don't have a mom, and I'm in Texas, and I have nobody around that is my friend or anybody that even cares about me. So pretty much these kids are just beating the shit out of me all the time. In the backyard, we had like this little area, and they would always get out there and be like, hey, let's go fight. And then pretty much they would just beat me up. One day they were like, we're gonna go ride our bikes. I get on one of their bikes, we ride over to the school, and I don't know what happened. I tried to like jump over a curb, or like I hit a curb, or the tire got stuck on a curb or something, and then the bike just pretty much stopped and flipped me forward. So I just go face first directly into the concrete. My face is all fucked up, I'm bleeding, the bike's fucked up, my tooth is chipped, and my teeth are crooked. The kids that I was with were just so pissed that I had wrecked their bike. They were like, dude, what the fuck, man? You just fucked up my bike. And meanwhile, I've got literal blood dripping down my face and my tooth is chipped, and I'm like, I'm crying. I'm like, I don't know what to do. So we walk our bikes back, and the whole time they're just like bitching at me. I'm like, fuck, man. So we get back to Lisa's house. We get back to their house, and they're still bitching, fucking wrecked our bike, blah, blah, blah. And I get back in the house, and I walk into the living room, and Lisa's like in the kitchen area. She looks over and she sees me. And she walks over to me and she like bends down. She puts her hands on my face and she's like, Mario, we ordered some Subway sandwiches and they're gonna be here soon. So if you want to eat, go get yourself cleaned up. It's like, bitch, are you not looking at my face? Like, what the fuck? That's your first thought to say is, hey, go get cleaned up. We're gonna eat some Subway. I can't eat, motherfucker. I got a chipped tooth. I'm in pain, motherfucker. My mouth hurts. Like, what the fuck? So I go in the bathroom and I'm just looking at myself and it's like, holy shit, dude. Your life is fucked. I'm like literally crying, bawling my eyes out, looking at myself in the mirror with a chipped tooth. My face is all bloody. And it's like, I have no mom. Where is she at? I don't know. Where's my sister at? All I wanted to do at that point was just be where my sister was at. I'm like, I don't care where that's at. I just want to be there. I have nobody, bro. Nobody gives a fuck about me. These kids are beating me up. The woman that's in charge of me is just like, hey, go get cleaned up. We're about to have Subway. It's like, dude, do you not see what I look like? You know, in that moment, I felt so alone because I'm literally just alone. Like, I don't have a single person around me that just gives a fuck. And I don't miss that at all. Sooner or later, I did end up leaving Lisa's house and I got to go stay with my sister. And she was staying in a way nicer house than I was. She was actually in a house. I was in an apartment with like 6 people. She was in a house with like 2 nice parents that were super cool. There was like 1 girl there that was her age, so they all got to hang out. That's probably why she went over there. And so it was super cool over there. And I'm like, man, I got stuck with a fucking crackhead and the kids that were just beating me up and I got a chipped tooth and shit. So I go over there and I'm like, wow, this is way better, obviously. And we get a phone call. My Aunt Judy calls us up from Missouri. And she says, hey, Mario, hey, Carmen, your mom got arrested. She's actually in jail and she's not going to get out of jail for quite a while. So you're going to have to come live with me and your Uncle Junior and your cousins until she gets out. And we didn't know this at the time, but she got busted for prostituting. She was down there doing the dirty work in the streets trying to buy that crack. And she got busted by the police. You know, they ran her name. Oh, Miss Sandy has a warrant out of Missouri. She fled from her prison sentence. So they put her in a truck and sent her back to Missouri to serve her prison sentence. And we're just stuck in Texas, right? So my aunt gets a hold of us. She says, we're going to figure it out. We're going to get you back here. So we're like, thank God we're going back home. But we have to stay at these people's house for like a few days while they figure out the flights and all that. And at this point, I've already started cussing a lot. Like, I remember being in the pool in our apartment, like saying like every slur you can imagine, every cuss word, fuck, shit, ass, bitch, like cunt, like literally everything you could imagine saying, I was saying it. Like, I don't know what I was saying, but I was just saying it because I was mad, right? I'm mad at the world. I just want to say anything I can say. This house was definitely no different. I'm still pissed. I'm like angry at the world. This place had a pool table like in one of the rooms. So I'm in one of the rooms playing pool. And my sister comes in and she's like, hey, you know, what do you think about these people that we're staying with? And I really liked them, actually. I thought they were pretty cool. But instead of saying that, I said, man, fuck them bitches, man. I fucking hate it here, man. They're all fucking idiots, man. Fuck them, man. Bunch of F slurs and a bunch of whatever. I was just saying a bunch of shit, like basically fuck them. And the mom heard it. As I'm done talking, I see her just like walk around the corner and just walk in the room. And I'm like, oh my God, this is not good. She's obviously very upset and disappointed that I'm saying these things. I don't even know why I'm saying these things. The dad comes home because he's at work. And I hear the mom in the other room saying, hey, did you know what Mario said? Like, he was saying this and that and this and that. And then I hear him say like, well, fuck him. Tell him he can walk to the airport. Tell him to get his own ride to the airport. Tell him he can take care of himself and all yada yada. It's like, dude, I'm literally 10 years old. I don't know what I'm saying. My mom is literally in jail for prostituting, getting shipped back to Missouri. She's a fucking crackhead. I just got the shit beat out of me at this kid's house. My tooth is chipped. My whole face is still fucked up. This was like just a few days ago that this happened. My dad said I have nobody. What the fuck, man? Like, what are we doing around here? Like, did you expect me to act some other way? Like, it's kind of crazy, you know, when a kid deals with all this shit and then they start acting out and then people are like, why is he acting like that? I wonder why. And I'm not even blaming those people for being mad, but it was just like, dude, like, I don't know. Like, you think that some people should have a little more sympathy, man. Like, no, there's no sympathy for me ever. Like, or my sister. It's just like, you know, we're just like pawns in a game. Like, send them over here and they can go over here and send them over there and the state will take them and whatever. It's just like, fuck. And I actually remember the very last day I went to school there because I had to drop out and go back to Missouri, so I'm not going to go to school here anymore. So it was like the last hour of the day and I'm about to leave. I'm never coming back. And the lady at the house had given me $1. And she was like, hey, you could use $1 and get a soda at the school after school or whatever. So I'm like so excited. I'm about to go get me a soda. I have $1 and we have substitute teachers in this classroom on the last hour. And for some reason, I get my $1 stolen. One of the kids steals my $1. So I'm like chasing him around the classroom, screaming, give him back my $1, give him back my $1. And now the teachers are like, ha, look at Stone Cold, look at Stone Cold. You better chill out, Stone Cold, chill out. And it's like, dude, can't remember all the words, but they were all just making fun of me while I chased this kid around the class. They're all just laughing at me. And it's like, dude, give me my $1 back. It's my $1. I want my fucking $1. And anyways, I got my $1 and I got my soda. But it was just like every day it just felt like, nobody gave a fuck about me. I'm just like living in a world of other people's lives, and I'm just really just a burden to be here. And it felt like that pretty much every day until we finally moved out of Texas. I could not wait to get the fuck out of there. Every day in Texas was just not good. But thankfully, our time in Texas was over, and now our Aunt Judy was flying us back to Missouri, so we get dropped off at the airport. We get on the plane, and we're headed back to Missouri. My mom starts knocking on the window. Mark! Hey, Mark! Talk to me, Mark! Please talk to me. My mom is booked in the county jail in Butler County. Jesus, Mario and Carmen, you guys are filthy.
You give me a blue and I'll give you a pink, and then you give me a yellow and I'll give you a green, just talking about colors of pills, just like, yeah, swap pills and let's just do all these pills.
My mom gets arrested for being intoxicated on pills and driving.
They found thongs and sex toys in her purse, and we just felt like you should know. Like, yeah, a 12-year-old should know that about his own mom.
I'm gonna kill you, bitch. I'm gonna bite your fucking titties off, bitch. I'm gonna get a knife and stab you in the neck, bitch. I want you to die, bitch, die.